Have you ever heard of the term the Puer Aeternus? Now, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but it is a Latin word meaning eternal youth. And I'd like to introduce you to this book called The Problem of the Puer Aeternus. It's by Marie-Louise von Franz, who was a Jungian analyst who actually worked with Jung personally for 30 plus years. And she's a prolific author. And if you go on Google or YouTube, you can find some really great interviews with her. Anyway, here's a fantastic book. I want to tell you a little bit about the Puer Aeternus. It's a Latin term, which I'm probably pronouncing wrong, that means eternal youth. And I'm going to give you a quick little summary that's just on the back of this book, because I don't think I could say it any better. In Jungian psychology, the term Puer Aeternus is commonly used to describe a certain type of man, which I do think there's actually women like this too, but for all intents and purposes, we'll stick with men for this particular description. Charming, affectionate, creative, and ever in pursuit of his dreams. These are the men who remain adolescent well into their adult years. Generally full of life, yet strangely draining to those around them. We have worked with them, loved them, and watched them wave goodbye. So this book was introduced to me by my analyst many moons ago now, but I had met my own Puer Aeternus and had a relationship with one. It was actually very fun, as mentioned, very charming, ever in pursuit of their dreams, as I said, but indeed, I had to wave goodbye, or he had to wave goodbye to me. So this book definitely helped me put some things in perspective, because it can be tough to be involved with the Puer Aeternus, especially if you're looking for something more long-term. So I just want to share a little bit more with you. Maybe you've met your own Puer Aeternus, or maybe you are one and you want to dive a little deeper and find out why. Some of this information might seem a bit dated, so just bear with me. In general, the man who is identified with the archetype of the Puer Aeternus remains too long in adolescent psychology. That is, all those characteristics that are normal in youth of 17 or 18 are continued into later life, coupled in most cases with too great a dependence on the mother. So I give a couple of examples here, but I'm going to touch on the one that we've already posted about in the past, Don Juanism. So in Don Juanism, there's another typical form of this same disturbance. In this case, the image of the mother, the image of the perfect woman who will give everything to a man and who is without any shortcomings, is sought in every woman. He is looking for a mother goddess, so that each time he is fascinated by a woman, he is later to discover that she is an ordinary human being. Imagine that. Once he has been intimate with her, the whole fascination vanishes and he turns away disappointed, only to project the image anew onto one woman after another. So, again, if you're listening to this, you may have met a female or a person who identifies as female who exhibits these qualities. This book was written, let's see. Oh yeah, I mean, it was written quite some time ago. Can't seem to find the exact date here, but many moons ago, let's just say, and we certainly have differing ideas about certain syndromes and putting labels on things. However, I do think it's a good explanation, and I think if you look into your own life, you can probably recognize that maybe you have met someone with Peter Pan syndrome, as they also call it, in your life. And that, yeah, there's been a lot of fun and enthusiasm and excitement, but maybe when it comes to settling down in the long term, it's just not a possibility, and that this particular individual, it does have a mother complex that they should probably work on. So, you know, they can have a more fulsome life too. Love to hear your experiences with the Puer Aeternus, if you have any, or if you've learned anything from this. Again, if you want to check out the book, The Problem of the Puer Aeternus by Marie-Louise von Franz, you can certainly order it online, or maybe even find it at your local bookstore. So, love and support to you on your journey, and we'll talk again soon.